Convicted child molester sets up camp with free fentanyl sign across CA school. The 46-year-old says he's just passing on the drugs that other people give him in exchange for blankets and supplies he provides. An unhoused man who has been living across the street from a California school for more than 2 years is turning some heads with a sign that says, "Free fentanyl for new users." Moore is a convicted sex offender who set up camp across the street from a Catholic grade school in San Francisco more than 2 years ago. But it was his sign offering free drugs that had authorities moving him out on Thursday. KJO saw the headline in the San Francisco Standard and had to check it out. Things got heated when a parent from the school apparently punched Moore in the face. The Richmond District Police Captain told KGO they recently tried an undercover sting on Moore, but he didn't have any drugs at the time. However, it's his past that's led to some concerns. Moore is on the Megan's Law website for lewd and lascivious acts with a child under the age of 14. However, Moore claims
I was innocent of all the charges that I've been accused of or convicted of.
Moore is apparently not considered a high-risk offender, so he does not have to follow the rule to stay 2,000 feet away from any school. Moore did get a ticket Thursday for misdemeanor battery and an altercation with a parent from the school. He, in turn, filed a complaint of assault against that father.
6-year-old Adam Moore tells me he
been in San Francisco basically homeless for 26 years.
46-year-old Adam Moore tells me he has lived on the sidewalk across the street from Stella Maris Academy for more than 2 years, and that his sign offering free fentanyl for new users is no joke. Moore says he's just passing on the drugs that other people give him in exchange for blankets and supplies he provides.
They feel bad if they don't reciprocate, so they bring me trash that they've scavenged, things that they think are valuable. Or they give me some of the drugs that they have, which I don't do.
You're exposing grade school kids to this. This is not right. You know that.
No, it's shallow.
The kids come out of the school and they see this?
Yeah, I only live by 2 rules. Be kind to others and make it look easy for children.
The Richmond District Police Captain told me they recently tried an undercover sting on Moore, but he didn't have any drugs at the time. However, it's his past that's led to some concerns. Moore is on the Megan's Law website for lewd and lascivious acts with a child under the age of 14.
I was innocent of all of the charges that I've been accused of, convicted of.
Moore is apparently not considered a high-risk offender, so he does not have to follow the rule to stay 2,000 feet away from any school.
And I was told that he is in compliance with all of the components of what his sex registration are.
A UCDC survey suggests 1 in 5 women are mistreated during maternity care. New alert: mistreatment during maternity care. A new study published by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention found that 1 in 5 women in the United States were mistreated during maternity care. This mistreatment could include any of the following: receiving no response to requests for help, being shouted at or scolded, not having their privacy respected, being threatened, having treatment withheld, being made to accept unwanted treatment. Mistreatment was more common for minority women, with 30% of Black women, 29% of Hispanic women, and 27% of multiracial women reporting mistreatment. Mistreatment was also more common among women with no insurance, 28%, and women with public insurance, 26%, than among women with private insurance, 16%. The most common forms of mistreatment included being ignored by their provider, 9.7%, being lectured or yelled at, 6.7%, having their physical privacy invaded, 5.1%, and being threatened with either the possibility of not receiving treatment or being forced to accept the treatment they did not consent to, 4.6%. The survey was available to 7,607 women, with about 2,407 of those women completing it, 32%. 5 mothers were excluded due to being 65 years or older, resulting in 2,402 mothers' responses being included in the final analysis. This study suggests that mistreatment during maternity care may be more common than previously thought, particularly among racial minorities and/or individuals who have no insurance or public insurance. The study's authors suggest that healthcare providers involved in maternity care should practice respectful care in which they acknowledge their own unconscious biases and focus on the needs of the patient. What can you do to improve the quality of your own maternal care? Interview potential providers of maternity care before you commit to a provider and bring up any concerns you have during an interview. Research different treatment options during your maternity care so you can make an informed decision with your provider. Trust always your intuition and change your care providers if you are mistreated. Employees started quietly quitting. You know, tit for tat is at its all-time high on every level, which brings me to quiet cutting. How power in the U.S. offices may be shifting back to bosses because they felt the way. So you know what they said? They said, we're going to give you a few options. We're going to change your position. It may pay less, but that's the only option we're going to give you. It's either that or you get fired, you get laid off, and with that, there's no unemployment. So you either take this lesser than or get up out of here. The transition has begun. In the American workplace of 2023, a new labor market trend has taken over where quiet quitting left off. Quiet cutting. Quiet cutting is what some people consider a subcategory of quiet firing, said Nadia De Allah. It's a way for companies to avoid layoffs and potentially save money on expenses they would incur with severance packages. This involves reorganizing existing employees, not laying them off or firing them, but resigning them to different roles. For the past few years, we've witnessed quiet quitting and the Great Resignation, signs of a robust economy and a tight labor market where employees held the upper hand, said Yale University lecturer and best-selling author Joanne Lippman. Quiet cutting suggests that the balance is shifting, with employers gaining more control.
Through tear-stained eyes, Vining remembers the physical pain her 6-month-old girl endured at the hospital.
And I had to hold her down because she don't know what's going on, you know. She was 6 months old. She's just crying, and I don't know what to do.
Vining says these photos of her daughter's hand taken at a follow-up appointment speak for themselves.
I couldn't believe that she would do Harper that. Even after seeing it in my heart, I still can't believe she did Harper that. I can't. Like, how the do you do that? How do you do that? How do you do that? How do you do that?
Harper is her baby, who was at McMillan's First Steps daycare in Central City. On September 22nd, police say school video cameras captured employee Victoria Salter taking Harper's hand and placing it into a heated bottle warmer twice. The arrest warrant says that as Harper cries out in pain, Salter can be heard saying, "Good job." The 27-year-old was booked with second-degree cruelty to a juvenile, which is punishable by up to 40 years in state prison upon conviction. The daycare tells Fox 8 Salter had worked there for around 5 months.
She came to me and she said, the Harper's bottles are too big for their bottle warmer. I said, okay. She said, you have a bottle warmer at home? Yeah, take it, you know. I never imagined that would be the same bottle warmer she burned my baby's hand with. Never.
3 weeks later, Vining says she and Harper remain traumatized by the incident.